Well, as you can see, this is a common exponential function. In graph 1, if there is not another variable, the range will be from 0 to infinite, as you can see in the graph. In graph 2, if you add a negative sign to the power, the graph will flip to the other side, but the range and domain not change. When you add a negative sign to a variable, the graph will change completely. The range will be from 0 to minus infinite. And in graph 4, if you add a negative sign to a variable and the power, the graph only flips to the other side, and the range will be from 0 to minus infinite, as you can see it here.
Chernobyl disaster. It happened in 1986 in Ukraine due to a flaw on the design of the fourth reactor in the Chernobyl reactor plant that made it highly unstable when using low power, and also by the bad management of the equipment ordered by Anatoly Dyatlov. The steam accumulated until it resulted in an explosion with radiation. 30 workers of the plant died due to the catastrophic event. 2 workers died that night as a result of the explosion, and the other 28 died later due to the radiation poisoning.
Exponential growth is often used as a model for bacterial growth and population growth. It uses initial amount, growth rate, and time. For example, in 2007, Jacksonville had a population of 3,810, and it has an annual rate of 3.5%. If we calculate the population for the year 2020, it will give us 5,958. Exponential decay can be used to find atmospheric pressure and the life of radioactive materials. It uses the formula above, where A belongs to pressure and T belongs to distance in meters. It hasn't been able to contain any nuclear energy from the explosion in Chernobyl in 1986 due to the amount of uranium liberated during the explosion. According to some studies, there were almost 7 tons, compared to the Hiroshima case where there were only 64 kilograms exposed. Also, the exposure occurred at land level, which caused the radioactive isotopes to spread more quickly and deadly, added to the high fires. In this year, they are supposed to try with a mobile superdome, which weighs 31,000 tons and took almost 37 years to be built. It is going to be sealed to the ground around the reactor to avoid further complications.
Well, the high amount of radiation a nuclear plant produces make nuclear energy so dangerous. Also, the materials that are used in the plants to make nuclear energy are harmful and toxic for the population. And also they make pollution, causing the damage of communities near to the plant.
The fission consists on splitting uranium atoms and obtain the heat needed to produce steam. To begin the reaction, an accelerated neutron is fired to the atom, and it results with 2 different elements and 3 free electrons. The electrons remaining go to split other atoms, and so on. That is why it is an exponential growth.
The time that the nuclear energy and substances released by the Chernobyl explosion in 1986 will be depending on the amount of toxicity. In the case of Chernobyl, it will take 1,000 to 10,000 years to be dissolved.
An exponential growth is an increasing in number or size at constantly rate. An exponential decay is a process of reducing an amount with a constant percent rate over a period of time.
Nuclear energy has a relative small impact on global warming. That is why it's a clean energy. Implications of nuclear energy. It has to be carefully looked after for several thousands of years. It requires a lot of investment to set up a nuclear power station. It can cause death of the aquatic life. The uranium is a scarce resource, and they also need to have a lot of security. We didn't know of a nuclear energy plant in our country. This nuclear energy plant is located in Mexico, in Laguna Verde, Veracruz. We don't mind a nuclear plant being in Mexico if the personnel is fully trained and take precautions to prevent accidents.
The disaster could be prevented if they had not done the test of the reactor unless at night. There was no way to stop the radiation because Chernobyl was not prepared to the explosion. It occurs at night and the scientists had no idea that the plant would explode. This will not damage Mexico because Mexico is so far from the location of the accident. After the accident, plants and trees near to Chernobyl start dying by the amount of radiation in the air and in the soil. Animals near were exposed to high quantity of radiation causing mutation in their offsprings. Agricultural land was also damaged by the radiation. Rivers were contaminated but in lower amount. Well, we think that this was unfair to the people that was living in Chernobyl because they were only innocent people who were living their normal life. It is not fair that by an experiment caused by scientists, thousands of people pay with their life the mistake. We think that it's time to say no to nuclear energy and start changing the way we make energy. There's too many technology to make energy in different ways.